Welcome back to Undertale. This time we'll be doing the first part of the Waterfall, and this will be the third area of the game, and I will be speeding up a lot of the footage in this because these sections of the game are getting pretty darn long, and trying to keep the entire area into like in 10 minutes for each episode, and having it so each area is separated into two parts takes a lot of speed up. I didn't actually want to talk to Sans here, and then ended up talking to him, which caused this entire cutscene to take place. Didn't actually want to take place, but whatever, you know, just quickly zoom past it, whatever. Anyway, so once Sans is done scratching his skeleton butt at us, and, you know, with his weird freezing time thing, I have no idea what the hell this is. Anyway, so yeah, after that section, we have to actually carry on to the actual waterfall. Hooray! Okay, so that cutscene's over. Let's get back to Waterfall. First, I have to walk all the way through Snowden again and completely ignoring Papyrus. Okay, here we are back at Waterfall. Finally, now. So here at Waterfall, you know, it's pretty nice. Actually, I like the aesthetic in this area. You know, the kind of blue color they have in this area. Here we get introduced to Undine, the well, we assume is the captain of the real guard. Yeah, doesn't find us in here. Anyway, so basically, this little kid, monster kid as most people call him, joined us along for this journey as, he, well, is basically a fanboy of, Undine. So, with that in mind, we have to make our way while, you know, just fleeing all the enemies. Because I was literally trying my absolute best to speed this section as much as I can, because I know this, like, this gets really long now, so I gotta hurry, or else these episodes are gonna get super long. And I know no one wants to be sitting here for absolutely ages. So, yeah. In here, you know, we have a few more new enemies, like in each section. And, you know... But, no, nothing too extreme. Really, the only thing about this area that's super different is the fact that now we have a few, segments of Undine, who really likes to spice things up, every now and again. With these throwing us spears at us constantly part, and the later part with more spears. But like this is the first boss that will actually kill us, you know, and you know, will attempt to kill us. But we won't get to the Undine fight just in this episode. We'll only be getting to about, you know, the halfway point of the thing. But we will see the mini-boss. The mini-boss will be the main thing of this episode. We will get to that mini-boss, and that will take up probably the most of the episode, because, you know, trying to get the mini-boss is, you know, the main focus of the episode, which we'll get to. Don't worry. Just building up to that only half-decent mini-boss. Actually, to info, it is actually a pretty unique boss, though, in terms of what you have to do, unlike all the other bosses in the game. This part, like, this, you know, this is when the game actually starts to get, like, you know, more in terms of actually can kill you. Like, the tutorial part of the game is now stopped, and you can actually, like, you know, die. Well, properly anyway, you know, like, I mean, I know you can die to the enemies in the overworld, but, like, the bosses will actually try to kill you in there, you know, the actual enemies are half decent. Oh yeah, I walked around in circles, like, several times here. Try to flee, but nope, didn't work. Have to, get my way out of this. There really isn't much to talk about in this section of the game because not much really happens here. You more just simply like get past it because the whole focus is on Undine, and Undine only really, you know, comes like every now and again, and there's just this random giant creature thing that just appears, and then you move across and just eventually just goes away. Just basically completely ignore it. Bye. Anyway, so. We get to the next segment of, and you know, we're about to get to the next segment of Undine's segment, which is where she starts throwing more spears at us, but not before having to take this umbrella and walk with Monster Kid once again when Monster Kid appears seconds later. Boom! There's Monster Kid. So basically, you carry on and you walk outside to the you know, the outside area per se. Oh yeah, and of course, you know, Monster Kid there keeps slowing us down when we're trying to walk across. Just let us go through and let us just, you know, go up. So yeah, here we reach the second part of the Undine segment, where she starts throwing spears from the bottom above us. Boom! Yeah, so basically here we have to avoid the spears by not running into them, instead of basically like the other one where we had to dodge the spears coming at us. Here we have to like basically see where we have to wait and stand still to avoid the spears. I think I get caught once in this due to a few mess ups I make walking around in circles in the wrong areas. But one thing out of like, you know, several hundred attacks. I think that's pretty decent, you know. Yeah, that was the one attack there. But I didn't even get hit, so completely useless attack anyway. It's not too difficult, this segment. It's just, you know, you got to get used to it. And luckily I've already played this, you know, this before, so I'm used to this already. And as soon as you try to walk back here at, you know, Undine basically slices off the bridge, causing you to fall down further until you reach the, well, the garbage disposal unit. But before you do land, you get a little cutscene where someone talks to you. You don't know who it is, but because it says there, my name is, and you don't even get to see it. We'll explain that later, because obviously, you know, I'm not going to go into that, because spoilers and all that stuff. Anyway, so here we face the mini-boss. You may be wondering what it is. It's the dummy. Yeah, it's not that exciting. But it's basically Mad Dummy. And this is the mini-boss, and it's actually pretty unique in the way it's done. Instead of like the other ones where you just have to like, you know, just have to keep sparing. In this one, you actually have to try and hit him, but not like in the kind of traditional way. You don't have to hit him using your attack. You got to hit him using his own attacks. Pretty unique, to be honest. I have to admit, you know, it's a pretty you know, unique way of doing it. Compared to the other things that's been done, I mean, of course, yeah, you can't just keep sparing, but like, you know, you have to hit him a certain number of times for it to work out. Punch, ha, lols. But of course, the good thing is that no matter what happens, you can like heal or spare, even if you happen to you know, get hit. Even if you like, for example, you hit him his attacks there, sure, but like if you're low on health, it doesn't mean you can't, like, you know, because like, for example, in the Papyrus boss fight, I think it was Papyrus boss fight or Torio boss fight, you had to spare a certain amount of time, so. No, it was a Torio boss fight. You had to spare a certain amount of time, so you had to make sure to, you know, to not heal, because if you healed, you'd end up using like one turn, which could have been used to, you know, to spare. But in this one, I don't think it really matters. Like, you just have to hit him a certain number of times using all the fucking balls. Mad Dummy's getting caught all over the dialogue box. How? What? Why? Yeah, this boss is, you know, pretty standard. I mean, as I said, you know, all the bosses in this game try to be very unique in what they do, and I can, you know, be glad for that. It's actually, you know, very good way of doing it. Instead of just keeping all the bosses to be exactly the same, they're trying to keep each boss, you know, very unique and different, which is good, to be honest. You know, it's better than having, you know, nothing, you know, just the exact same boss over and over again. Like, I know there's a lot of RPGs that basically just keep the bosses exactly the same. They may just have like one unique attack or whatever, and I find that kind of, you know, boring. But at least each boss in this game tries to be interesting and different in its own special way. I can appreciate it for that. Dummies. Failures! You're fired! You're all being replaced. Okay. For relying on people that aren't garbage. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, now you just try using missiles. I actually forgot this was a thing. Like, I legitimately forgot that was a thing. So, kind of caught me off guard, but I was ready for it. Yeah, except not really. Ow. But luckily I did have some more nice cream, so I was okay with being able to not die. Missiles away! Yeah. So, we're actually almost at the end of this boss anyway. This boss is almost over. We've got about a minute left in the episode, and, you know, I thought I was going to die here, because, of course, each missile is, like, 5 HP damage. And I was like, oh, no! I was really scared of getting hit. But don't worry. I made it to the end, because I believe this is actually the end of the boss fight here. Just, I got knives! Yeah, knife, actually, mate. Unfortunately, he's only got one knife. Well, fortunately for us, I guess. I'm out of knives. Well, that's nice to know. This guy just literally goes ballistic now. Okay, dude, calm down. I can imagine that the Toby Fox must have had like such a fun with this guy going absolutely insane on screen. Acid Rain. And of course, actually, Acid Rain turns out to be Napstablook. You wouldn't think I'd see him again, but nope. He actually lives around these parts in the waterfall. Funny, isn't it? The ruins kind of are like, you know, no one really knows what's in the ruins because everyone like, kind of lives outside of it. But he actually lives, he actually goes to the ruins because, of course, he can just pass through walls because he's a ghost. But no, he actually lives around these parts. He lives in Waterfall and he has his own house. And, you know, I did not see this house because I completely ignored him because, you know, I've got stuff to do. This ends this episode, so see you all later.